What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So a couple of days ago, I posted a video and I was talking about different options. So we're looking at a situation right now where inflation is at all-time high. We're looking at a lot of different problems in the U.S. And it's great to live in the U.S. Don't get me wrong. I love living in the U.S. I will continue to live in the U.S. But for some people who are struggling, there are different options. There are people called expatriates, people that are expats. They leave the U.S. and they move to another country, or temporarily they'll go maybe for 6 months out of the year. And then once they do that, then they can save some money while they're in another country, living a different kind of a lifestyle, and then come back and they'll have a little bit more money in their pocket. And so I posted that video and it got a good response. There were a lot of people that liked what I was saying. There were some people that were telling me, look, I don't have that opportunity. I can't just leave. I'm in a situation where I need to be close to my doctor. And that's totally understandable. That video that I put out wasn't for everyone, but it was just for a select few that might be able to benefit from this. Now, there's one thing that I said in that video that was incorrect. I was talking about people receiving Social Security benefits, people on SSDI, and then I also said people on SSI. Now, when it comes to people on SSI, leaving the country is a little more difficult. And so after doing some further research on people on SSI, if you are on SSI, you can only leave the country for 30 days and then you have to return to the US, and then you can go back for another 30 days and return to the US and kind of go back and forth. But you can't have a long period of time outside of the country. Now, if you're receiving SSDI, Social Security benefits, veterans, you can leave the country as long as you're in a country that qualifies for you to receive Social Security. There are some countries like North Korea that you will not qualify. They won't send those benefits to countries like North Korea. It's a very small number, but there is a list. So when it comes down to a situation of having this as an option, I think it's a great option for some, not for all, but for some. And right now I'm in Colombia, and Colombia is one of the most popular destinations for people who are expats. And the reason for that is because it's very, very reasonably priced. I mean, hotel rooms, I'm paying $30 a night for this hotel room. It's not too bad. I am in a small remote area, but for the most part, you're going to pay anywhere from $30 to $50 for a hotel room per night, and $50 can get you a really nice hotel room. Now, when it comes to Airbnbs in Colombia, it's a lot less, believe it or not. You can pay $20 to $30 for an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment, fully furnished. So there are some real big benefits to Colombia. Now, I want to read, someone posted a comment. I want to read this comment, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. So this person, Roland, thank you for the comment here. I pay $350 for a round-trip ticket to the Dominican Republic and $40 for a taxi. Okay, $40 for a taxi, that's pretty expensive. Depending on where you're going, I guess that $40 you could be going from one part of the Dominican Republic all the way to another area of Dominican Republic, so the $40 might make sense. But I'm sure you can get it depending on where you fly into. You can find it for cheaper than $40. Now he goes on to say, I go for 2 or 3 months at a time. To go to the beach, you can pay for a taxi by the day for $100, or you can go to the river for $10. Okay, so he's giving us just a little bit more information. So if you want to have a taxi for the full day, you can pay $100. Like I said, when it comes to a lot of these different countries, especially Dominican Republic, Colombia, Costa Rica, they are very walkable. And so you can live, especially if you're living in one of the larger cities, you can live in a larger city and you can walk to all these different places that you want to go. When it comes to the Dominican Republic, there's water everywhere. So you're able to walk to the beach. You can live in certain areas of the Dominican Republic, and it's not far to walk. So you don't have to take a taxi to go to the beach. You don't need a taxi for the whole day, for the most part. And now he posted another comment here and basically saying, when I go to the Dominican Republic, I pay $300. In a great month, I'll pay $300, and that's 3 meals per day. It's a bed and breakfast with great food. Now, clothes aren't included, so you have to pay a little bit extra to get your clothes washed. And so this is a person that's doing something similar to what I was talking about, where you go for 3 to 6 months out of the year. Like I said, this is not for everyone, but it is for a select few. If you are receiving Social Security right now, maybe $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, this is an option. This can put you in a situation where you're paying maybe $200 to $300 per month for rent, and then your food. I mean, food is very, very reasonably priced. I went to a Mediterranean restaurant just yesterday, and I paid, it was probably about $7 for this whole meal, and that included the drink. And I mean, it's amazing. The food is very, very good, to be honest with you. And you don't have to sacrifice. So if you're living in Colombia, for example, you don't have to sacrifice with just eating Colombian food. You can eat Mediterranean. You can eat, pizza is a real big thing in Colombia. So you'll find pizza everywhere. You'll find hamburgers, anything that you would eat in the US, you can find it in Colombia. You just need to look, you need to go to the right restaurants. But when it comes down to it, this is a great opportunity for some of those who are looking for an adventure. And you can do this by traveling to different countries. So you can do 6 months in one country, maybe 3 months in another country, and then another 3 months in another country, and just kind of move around. And there are so many different countries out there that are very, very reasonable to live in for periods of time. So just something to think about. There is a video, I need to pull this video up. I'll find it, and then once I get settled and I'm able to pull everything together and do the video share and everything, then I'll show you a video. And in this video, he talks about being an expat and how he lives in Colombia for 6 months out of the year, and then he goes home, and then he uses his apartment as an Airbnb, and he earns money that way. So then when he comes back, he has money waiting for him. So just different opportunities. There are different opportunities that are out there. I will be showing you guys a little bit more of Colombia. Since I'm here, I want to show you kind of how much meals cost, what they look like, and all that. And I'll continue to show you just some different aspects of living in Colombia, because I think one thing that really shocks people when it comes to third world countries, or when it comes to countries that are not the US, we always think, well, how are the living conditions? And will I be able to get everything that I can get in the US? And in most countries you can. I mean, now we're living in an age where you pretty much have an opportunity. Now you might need to pay a little bit more to get those opportunities, but they're out there. When I say pay a little bit more, I don't mean more as of the cost of, let's say, if you're staying in a hotel room in the US, you'll pay $100 to $150. Now, if you want to get those same amenities in a hotel in Colombia, you might be paying between $50 and $75. So I'm just giving you an example. It's cheaper than the US. Now, if you do go with the low end, so if I'm going with the low end, let's say I'm paying $20 or $30 a day for a hotel room, I'm not going to have all those amenities that I would have in the US. I do need to pay a little bit more. So I need to pay $50 to $75. And then that's when it would put me in that area where I'm going to have all the different amenities. For example, having like the light shades with the USB plugs, and also having the Wi-Fi, the good Wi-Fi that you can utilize. So different things like that. So I just wanted to put this video out today, just talking a little bit more, just kind of a follow-up video and making that correction when it comes to SSI. SSI, you can leave the country for 30 days, but then you have to return. When it comes to Social Security, SSDI, veterans, you can leave the country and you're fine. You don't have to return at any point. But I would say, and just for me personally, I like traveling and I will continue to travel, but I am not going to stay somewhere for a year or more. That's just not the way that I want to do things. I have responsibilities in the US, so I do need to return to the US for that. I have family there, I have a house, I have things like that. So it's one of those situations where I can't just leave, but I'm just putting this out there. This is an opportunity for some people who might be struggling, really struggling in the US right now. You have other places where you can go and maybe live a better life. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys in this video today. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one.